The big theme of the moment remains on the macroeconomic outlook. We've got the developments and deterioration in the Middle East, plus fresh concerns about Greece, raising at this stage fresh concerns about frontier market investment specifically. Run us through the kind of impact we're seeing on the NSE as a result of that sentiment that's out there.
So I missed a little bit of what you said, but I think the essence of it is, is all of this impacting on Nigeria? Now, I think that inevitably, if investors are able to generate returns closer to home in more liquid markets, then that is generally the preference. So if there are concerns about Greece, then,
you can continue, Rele.
There are, if there are concerns about Greece, fresh concerns about Greece. I mean, they were downgraded yesterday. Then I think that this is something that investors will kind of take a fresh look at with regard to general risk sentiment. It will pull back, and if we overlay that with the fact that there's an election in April. In context with what's happening in the MENA region, for investors that are almost dutiful investors in markets like Nigeria, obviously it makes up a percentage of the MSCI. So, they're not necessarily deeply involved in the market. They will withdraw as a matter of caution. But I think that investors that have been here a while, that have looked beneath the surface and are sort of more have undertaken deeper analysis, will take a different view. And certainly for some of our investors that we speak to closely, we feel that they remain optimistic about the market, and we'll see the current pullback as an opportunity to add positions.
Of course, you touched on the political environment. We know that a credible election is one of the points being cited as a possible catalyst for an upturn on this market and positive sentiment as well. The other is banking sector M&A activity. And as I was saying in the news, we've had the central bank governor say he expects deals to be completed within 8 to 12 weeks of the agreements being signed. What are you making of progress on that front?
Well, I mean, if the deals are done within 8 to 12 weeks of the MOUs, that would be great. And I think that it would be it would coincide with progress on with the election. So we would have two significant positive developments, both for the macro and for the market, that would occur at around the same time. And I think inevitably that would cause investors to come back in.
Taking a look at where you're positioning yourself right now, how exactly are you playing the markets at this stage of the game, Rele?
I'm sorry, Alishia, I can't actually hear you.
Just taking a look at how you're positioning within the current market dynamic, how exactly are you playing the markets right now?
Well, given the significance of the banking sector still, we in our most recent strategy piece, we reiterate that, taking exposure in the banks in size is still the way to go, because it offers the liquidity and the breadth of opportunity for investors. So, we still are liking our top 5 names. For the moment, we're steering clear of names that we think will be acquirers, simply because we feel that there will inevitably be, some challenge with respect to integration over the medium term. So we feel that there are enough names in tier 1 and tier 2 that are not acquirers that still offer significant value, and the recent pullback only underscores this point. So we're liking Zenith Bank, we're liking GT in the tier 1 space, we're liking Diamond and Sky, which we've liked for some time now. We also like ETI because we feel that it has lagged in terms of the sector recovery, and the outlook for its Nigerian operations is significantly improved with the activity that AMCON has undertaken within the sector. You may recall that at the outset of this whole AMCON discussion, we had some reservations about whether or not unaffected banks would be able to really benefit from AMCON. But EcoBank is one of those banks that actually will be able to, we feel, disproportionately benefit. So that will add positive impetus to the whole ETI story, at least in the immediate. And they are not undertaking M&A. So we like those names in the banking space. Yeah. And outside of financials, we are liking the food producers, because of the broader consumer story in Nigeria and the fact that we feel that they offer better value vis-a-vis the home and personal care type names. Of the 11 names that we cover in the consumer space, we have a buy recommendation on 5 of them, and it's skewed towards food producers, number one pick being flour mills, largely on market positioning and valuation basis.
Well, Rele, on that note, thanks so much for your time.